Hello, traders. Welcome, coming to you live from New York City, Times Square, all that stuff. All right, Big Apple. Been a few days since I've been live due to traveling and experiencing things, life, you know. And frankly, just bullcrap price action on Bitcoin. Great stuff on XRP, though. I mean, of course. You know, finally they got that groundbreaking lawsuit settled and pump. But guess what? If that lawsuit didn't get settled, it'd be the same price it was for the past 4 years, 4 years, whatever, 2.5 years. I don't know. It's just, that's awesome though, man. Target was 80 cents. If it ever did play out, exceeded that for sure. So we'll look at that, just the backdrop. Hopefully the sun goes down. We'll be live long enough to where you'll get to see how beautiful the backdrop is in the evening. So all right, let's get to this. Here we are. Here's the Nothing Burger Bitcoin stablecoin. You know, it was June 21st. Bitcoin was at 30,316. It's now July 16th. 30,316. Great. Kill me, dude. All right. So the levels, you know, it's kind of like locally a rectangle between 29,500 and 31,500. And then the gray zone are the inflection points from 2021 where there were mega reactions, and Bitcoin market participants seems like they're respecting the crap out of that again as early as, 2 days ago when you pumped and you dumped. Oh, man. Can't really get excited about Bitcoin, can you? You thought you could, and my travel date, I'm like, wow, this is stupid. XRP's pumping. Bitcoin was rallying. I couldn't. Just bad timing. Travel day. It looks like I didn't miss much besides XRP, which we'll just go to that right now because it is due for some loving, right? Which we had been just looking at this on the daily forever, you know, and as long as you make a higher low than 40 cents, everything's fine. Just don't know how long it would take. No idea. And it finally played out. But hey, I think the assessment was proper that somebody out there was accumulating XRP. Same time, even with that being said, it's been a pretty garbage investment. It really hasn't been an investment, man. You take an asset that just sits there and is right now it's at the same price it was at in December of 2017. I mean, that is just not an investment. But technically, it looked okay. It looked pretty freaking good on the monthly. 886 double bottom right there. Look at this monthly. 15 days till this close, but massive bullish engulfing candle going on, and if all stayed the same in the next 2 weeks, it'd be the highest monthly candle close since March of 2022. I mean, that's great, man. Took a groundbreaking lawsuit for this to happen, too. Technicals were, I mean, again, like, leading up to it, pretty decent. At the good context area, in 886, always the magic spot for stuff like this to eventually happen. But man, it was just only the patient could have, you know, survived on this one. It was rough. Each candle here represents a day, man. So yeah, sorry for my absence, but whatever, man. I mean, you just besides XRP, you're not missing much. Drinking a coffee over here. Hotel coffee, hype in the chat. No echo? Okay, audio chug. Gotta ask, right? 50 million times every day. Something goes wrong. Another state and city. Let me know. Audio's good, maybe. I'm just making sure, all right? Because you know you don't want to get too deep into these streams. It's like. Audio's alright. God, man. I got like no lumbar support. I mean, this is me. I'm like leaning back. I have to like sit up like this. Bro, you don't even want to know how like tough this was to set up this little workstation right here. Ridiculous. Okay, so XRP, 80 cent was the target. It was based on like going from this high to low, 886. 886, 84, 80, 84 cents. Yep. That's been achieved. In fact, the high from February of last year was hit, and no higher yet. Very good. That's nice, man. Alex Cobb, it was the best day of his life, so I had heard. He said, man, I don't know. That's get some better days, man. Okay. It pumped. Let's go to Ethereum. Still in the uptrend. No big deal. Couldn't break 2,000.
Geo Weekly Doobie.
What's up, Doobie, man? Yeah, we'll look at Geo. Looking forward to some STK with you. Gonna be fun. We will look at that. All right, so Ethereum. You know the level. 1972, 2043. You break that, you're going to 2,400 most likely. But until you break that, that's just, you are below a key inflection point that has been there forever, just for so long, right? Nice trend, but come on, man. I'm just, Bitcoin 31K, Ethereum 2043. You know the levels. We're up against them. We're testing them. We're unable to break them. That's it. So we're pretty much in coin flip territory, right? You know how it works. It's like there's just not really a discernible edge. The trend's your friend, so you got that going for you. But in terms of some sort of like double bottom and an 88% retrace, or classic accumulation, or ascending triangle, or a spring back test, or Gartley's complete, none of that exists on Bitcoin and Ethereum, unfortunately. So we just have to deal with that. Everyone always wants there to be an edge on Bitcoin and Ethereum because everyone's obsessed with them because they're the largest cryptos in the world, but that's just not how it works. They're just, according to the technicals, they are just a chart. Doesn't matter about what they do. They're not showing us an edge. We can't really act on that with more than a 50% chance of something coming or happening, okay? But the great news is there had been and continue to be opportunities where there is a really good entry and a really good strategic stop loss and an equitable 3-to-1 reward to risk for a trade across the markets that just don't happen to be on your favorite assets, your favorite cryptos in the world, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I'm optimistic though, because on the weekly, the long-term targets since January, since the breakout, the 382 to 618 have not been achieved yet. So that is what makes me optimistic on Bitcoin and Ethereum. So just talking about the golden zone, just bring this up once a week, really, these days, you know, just high to the low, 38 to 61.8% retrace. That's the zone, the golden zone. So 2,400 lines up perfectly with that channel we're in. It would be considered overbought. And then, you know, if things are getting extreme, 3340 up there. So when we go to Bitcoin and look at its weekly targets, still not there. I mean, it's great that 28.8 was broken a few weeks ago, but I mean, this price action, dude, is just like, it's a lobotomy, man. It's awful. It's summertime, though. I guess all may go away stuff, yeah. But 36,000 to 48,650. That's just your common retrace zone. Hasn't happened yet. So anything above 28.8 is in really good shape on the weekly on Bitcoin. Okay. I don't know how anyone could, you know, someone says bearish in the chat. It's like, dude, it's not bearish, but it's not necessarily bullish, okay? It is neutral right now. It is coin flip. You're at the casino on Bitcoin Ethereum right now, unless you're playing the weekly and you're waiting for those targets. Okay, you know, like if it broke down from here, those targets are still valid. Those targets are still valid till Bitcoin falls below 25,350, takes out its previous low. So, I mean, think about if it dumped here, goes to 28.8, heck, man, as long as a higher low than 25,350 gets put in, it's just more accumulation. Just like XRP did recently, where it was about to break out. I couldn't do it. And then it pulls back. And then it's like, all right, as long as a higher low gets put in the previous low, everything's fine. There's just more market participants involved than before. But, dude, the price action was just deathly. I mean, June 14th all the way to July 12th, it was just garbage before one news-driven catalyst did this. And what would Bitcoin's catalyst be? Oh, BlackRock gets approved on the spot ETF, and GBTC gets shafted, I guess. So, I mean, like, you know, altcoins, I mean, you know how it is, man, with crypto. It's just not been a very good market for trading since March, since the whole SEC war on crypto exchanges. Liquidity has just plummeted, it's collapsed, but traditional markets have been solid for opportunity. I mean, look, let's look at XLM. I haven't looked at that in a minute. I mean, it just, yeah. Look, I mean, bottoms out, making slightly higher lows after a 99% retrace twice. And then, yeah, pumps to, my God, almost
$NetEase,
20 cents.
I think best chart is KuCoin. Bottom of range and falling wedge. Bullish div on both Oscillatora. THNX for the stream much.
Oscillatora. Is that a new thing? Let's look, Will. Thanks for the 15, man. We can look at that cryptocurrency. Yeah, we'll look. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just residual pump from the XRP lawsuit. This is little brother. So, goes up to a key inflection zone and can't break it. It did, you know, intraday and then pulled back, and now it's at 13 cents. This is like FOMO is terrible, you know. But no, that's great, man. Confirmation low, right? The lowest low, beginning of the year, and then two lows that are higher than the first low. That's, again, a form of confirmation that there are more market participants involved than before, even if it's just slightly. Ethereum did that in June of last year, June and July of last year, before going way higher. So, all right. We can look at Monero. That is great. Oh, my God. It's almost like even better now. So, you don't even need to look at the daily, even though the daily's kind of cool here, because that 200-day moving average has been back tested. But my God, look how the bullish engulfing candle from a few weeks ago is turned into a bullish back test of the 200-week simple moving average as support now. And this is just the stage is set on Monero for a stupidly higher price. I mean, $300. It's just hard. Look, this is just like XRP, though. Like, where it's like, okay, the argument's there, but I just don't know how effing long it's going to take for it to play out if it ever does. I mean, this has just been going on for too long. This is just stupid. June 27th is when it started, and now it's July of 2023. This is over a year-long structure. It's just obnoxious. It makes you want to lose your mind. I mean, you're losing your mind looking at this and saying, yeah, everything's ready for $300, but 50 years later, we're still not there. But then 51 years later, then it happens in one candle, like XRP. Oh, good God, dude. So yeah, I mean, this is like an XRP setup. Monero. So what? Let's look at BNB, I guess. You know, everyone's favorite crypto exchange, right? Down 3%. Dude, this is, oh my God, man, it's so bad. Remember how it was bad and how it's still terrible? It looks like a bear flag. It smells like a bear flag. Remember, this is one that's still an active trade setup, or, you know, you're almost out of the trade because 2 of the 3 targets were hit, but just not yet. The third one has not been achieved. The third target is like 184. This is just not good. I don't care if it goes higher, man. This is garbage price action. This is the inverse beneficiary of what's been going on with regulators and lawmakers and all that, okay? BNB is being run out of town by the big boys. Well, the big boys, right? The institutions are using the government as a weapon to destroy BNB. So it's just like, how can you be bullish on that? It's like the inverse of XRP. Oh, the XRP lawsuit, you know, hey, it got settled and XRP won. All right, well, it's like almost the inverse right now for BNB. Just terrible, dude. I don't know how you can like this, because you know, you had chances Just reminds me of like kind of Bitcoin at 30K last year before it collapsed lower. It's like you had all this violence the first time in 2021 at that same 31K level, 30K level, but then, you know, the last hurrah and then the dump, and then we get back down to that level, and it's just no more violence, no more volatility, you know, holding up, but just barely. Like, where's the demand? There is no demand on BNB right now. I just don't understand who would actually want to long BNB in this market environment. You could long Monero. You could long Bitcoin or Ethereum. Heck, man, you could long XRP. Why are you longing BNB based on what's going on? You probably wouldn't. Okay. This is somehow your largest one of your largest cryptos in the world. Crazy, right? Let's go to Litecoin. Check it out, man. We're just, you know, kind of playing catch up. I've been gone a few days. Dang, man, that is just ugly. The up thrust and the back test of up thrust. Look at that resistance from February. It's now resistance again with a bearish engulfing. Still fine. I mean, still way up there. As long as a higher low gets put in than like $75, it's gonna be fine. Still above the 200-day moving average. Everything's good on Litecoin until you start when the trend gets put in jeopardy. That's when things are bad, right? And the trend gets put in jeopardy when you stop making higher lows, right? What just recently happened? What's the most recent discernible event on Litecoin? The highest high of the entire uptrend that started actually when it bottomed out Black Saturday, June 18th of last year. So the trend's good, but that's not a really good thing, you know. But here's the good news, okay? So what happened on XRP? The almost exact same thing before it blew up to the upside, right? Like, just going back to it for a second. I mean, up thrust, back test, up thrust. Okay. If I could find it. Right, it was like right here. It was like 50 cents was like up thrusted, and then you back tested the up thrust and then broke down. But was the previous low taken out? No. So the trend was still bullish. So that's the same thing with Litecoin. So like not great locally, but trend's fine. All right. There are other ones out there, man. Sol, you know, my God, man. It was crazy, man. It was like an actual unironic Gartley reaction reversal. It was type 1. This is still a type 1. And now is above this 2666 level and holding above it. Apparently the Sol store, I think, closed, so I can't go in there and Alex Stein them, harass them, and freak out like a homeless person. So I'm really disappointed about that. But, I mean, you know, I'm just telling you, looking from history, if 2666 actually holds as support somehow, then 3736 is the next target. That's it on Sol. All right, cool stuff, man. Lots happened. What about Bitcoin Cash? Well, I mean, goes up to 300% in a matter of a week or two, and then hits an inflection point from history. It's been a support in 2017. It's been a resistance in 2019, 2020, and it's being a resistance again, $300, $304. So it's pulled back very well. I think between these levels, 205 is the target. Just for maybe a back test. There's not been a back test. That is like an extremely important level, and you would think it's just not out of the realm of possibility at all. That the market participants want to see if that actually would hold as support. Okay, that's BNB. Weekly. Ooh, look at that 200-week simple moving average from a couple weeks ago. So, I mean, besides being in the basement and shooting up like that in a very short period of time, 2 weeks, just nothing since then. So, all right, cool. You'd imagine there's probably going to be some others that do the same thing. But that's like whack-a-mole, man. Yeah, just going back to this one. Just back to this level, you think all hope is lost, and then the virus came in. And anything above 107, 108 was the lowest risk area probably ever. I mean, for real. Ethereum Classic still can't make higher highs. Still cannot break the supply line. Has only intraday tested the key zone of inflection as resistance again. That is it. So can't really say the trend's very, I mean, it's not reversed to the upside or anything because you're only making a lower high again. It's just now it's like, I mean, you virtually are like confirming the supply line as resistance. You're now below the 200-day simple moving average. Pretty ugly. I don't know. Just, you know how it is. Like there's you know when there's an edge. You know when it's actionable. You've invested in yourself, of course. And if you haven't, then I mean, I try to teach that stuff, and people tip to show us that they have invested in themselves, right? Oh yeah, let's look at Bitcoin dominance. That really, I'm sure, I know it pulled back, but did it get to the support for the back test? Nope, not yet. Still some more downside. You would think. I mean, again, look, that's undeniable. 48.7% one time in 2021, two times, another time in 2022, and then just recently in 2023. Why not do the backup? You know, why, like the market participants, they've never formally tested that level as support yet. So, which means if there's a little bit more downside, that means there's, you know, altcoins could probably run while Bitcoin just stays sideways. Yeah, Avalanche, it rallied. Remember, that was a great example of, well, the context isn't very good with the lower high and retesting support, but you can't act like you know where an asset's going next. You don't know if the buyers are going to defend that level or not. So all you can do is take an entry, stop loss, and set up your take profits. Beauty of it, man. When you like, I think that's like a real big thing about the psychology of a buyer is that breakthrough. When you realize what traditional technical analysis is about, the fact that it's not about predicting the future, just about managing your risk. Okay. So it's still really good, and you still think that like 60% is the target eventually. It's just who knows how long it'll take, man. Phase D of this Wyckoff accumulation, my God, man, it was like 6-7 months it lasted. Oh, thanks for the welcome to New York. Yeah, for sure. Took a look at Shiba, down 3% today. Yeah, it's just garbage price action. But we were just talking about like risk management, right? Well, this one, anything above 713, 766 is extremely low risk for a long. You can strategize a stop loss, and you can clearly see based on historical price action the amount of upside involved, potential upside involved, if this truly does hold as support, which it has been holding as support. And in fact, you're above the zone. I mean, great level. So this pullback here, you're hoping it's just like, this is, who cares? I mean, you're in this, you're long, you're waiting for 1300. Because it's like a false bearish breakdown, and then it just seems like locally these lows like confirm that the false bearish breakdown has occurred. So that means, all right, why are sellers still here? Sellers should be relenting, and the price should be marking up substantially. But really nice like wedge structure there. Everything's like good on this one. Stage is set, but good. Just because the stage is set doesn't mean the buyers are going to come in. Because what happens when Bitcoin, with the coin flip chance? I'm telling you right now, there's a coin flip chance on Bitcoin, up or down. If the coin lands on tails, crap. You know, tails means it dumps. Well, unfortunately, all of crypto is going to dump. It's just how it goes. We've got 25 minutes to your weekly candle close. So we do have a couple people that renewed their Citadel Patreon membership. Thank you so much to Starscream for the 6 months of support, man. The Mean, thank you for the 6 months of support. And then Jimmy Morgan, thank you for the 7 months of support. Renewing, y'all are amazing. Very grateful. Okay, so I think Doge was in similar situation. Where's Doge? Doge, where you can see this level, okay? It's been a peak in 2021. It's been a valley in 2022. You can just see the price action correlation at this level so many times, right? And it's like, if you're above that level, and it's just not out of their own possibility, somebody could attempt to strategize an entry and a stop loss and then take profits. But yeah, you're below the 200-day moving average. You haven't made a higher high yet, or a higher low or higher high. My God, it's just been lower highs and now a lower low. So really, in my opinion, it's just not that great. But yeah, above 6.5 cents. History tells us most of the time 9.1 cents happens after that. So right, don't know if it's going to go to 9.1 cents. In fact, it really doesn't look like great consolidation, does it? Kind of like just crappy, bear flaggy, not threatening the previous highs. Just, yeah, okay. I mean, this is crypto. I mean, this is crypto. This is what we deal with here. It's just, this is what I signed up for 5.5 years ago, I guess. Looks like Bitcoin's not going to hold that level, but, you know. When are we going to get resolution, chat? Do you know on Bitcoin? So we get FTM down. Woof! So ugly, right? I mean, terrible. It looked terrible. Now it's even worse. And there's just not really much support between 29 cents and 19 cents. You could be headed to make fresh lows of the downtrend here. This is brutal. Brutal stuff. Like distribution, the subtle distribution put in just a couple days ago is catching some follow through now below the key level. Oh man, bad, very, very bad. What about Matic? Down 4.2%. Still just consolidating. You know, it's cool that it's above 69 to 72 cents. Right? You're safe until then. When you fall back below that, that's when you're in real trouble. For a lot more downside to probably 42 cents. So, right, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. You're downtrend. You're below the 200-day moving average. It's all bad. It's like garbage. Like, even if it rallies, okay, the trend is just, you don't have the trend behind you. Like Litecoin, you kind of got the trend behind you. XRP kind of had the trend behind it. Bitcoin, Ethereum, since January, you've had the trend backing you up. The problem is Matic, you just don't have an uptrend. You have a downtrend. Yeah. Sucks. See, not all S coins are created equal, right? Let's go to Vechain. Vechain just not really looking good either. I mean, you rivaled your previous high, but now you're locally making a lower high, and the fact that you're right now below 2 cents. Let me just show you here. You see it, okay? This is not my opinion. This is just real life. There was this huge pump in 2018, and the absolute reversal, the tip top, was this level, this yellow line here. Look what happened after. Okay, so it then was regarded as resistance again years later. And then it was support. And then it was support again. And then it was support again in March for the lower high. Garbage. And now you're just right now back below it. So how can you really, below the 200-day moving average too, you just can't, how can you be bullish on it? Someone will be like, that's an inverse head and shoulders. That's the most whacked out, crack addict looking potential inverse head and shoulders I've ever seen. No, I mean, okay, can we talk about that maybe when Vechain buyers get the price above 2.1 pennies? We can talk about it then. But until then, nah, it's not. And the trend, what's the trend? Most recent discernible event was maybe the lowest low. Just because you rival a previous high does not mean you're reversing the trend. So I think this is still a very valid M-shaped structure with what's going on. It just hasn't really played out yet. I think a lot of cryptos are garbage. They look like this. Kind of been that way. There's just been a select few that were okay. Same with Tezos, maybe. Tezos like, okay, you got an M-shape, type 2 return, but the trend's garbage, complete trash. The cool thing is, like, the buyer's defending an inflection point from 2019. But, yeah, it's just a nice little rally that's been going on maybe since mid-June. Did you make a higher high than the previous high from May 30th? No. In fact, you just made an 88% retrace. Deepest retrace. I don't know. This consolidation is really good. I mean, if you're just making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then you just end up making a really deep lower high again, you could imagine maybe you're going for a lower low next. I mean, again, dude, it's all about comparing to other assets on all markets. What has the best technical argument for upside, where it is the lowest risk for an entry, stop loss, and equitable take profits? That is it. No predictions. We're not predicting things. I'll leave that to the clickbaiters and the open mouth people on their thumbnails on YouTube that get thousands of viewers, concurrent viewers every stream. Like, I'll leave it to them. They're smart, they're popular, they're cool. That's just not real technical analysis from the book that's been researched by many different people over 100 years. Okay. That's not sexy. I'm going to teach that till it's over. Okay. Anyway, it's like, are you a trader? Or you want to mouth breathe and do predictions and just, you know, run around with your head cut off and be emotional and out of your mind crazy? Easy choice for me. ZRX here. Well, I mean, look, you think, hey, is it double bottoming on the weekly? Maybe. But on the daily, it's garbage. This is terrible. Like, one time, July 5th. Second time.
Harry Potter Obama Sonic 10 Inu. Tickers Bitcoin. I don't know how to chart this thing. Hourly? 4 hour? Daily? Weekly? Monthly at this point? Thanks.
Ticker is Bitcoin. What do you mean? I'm confused. Thank you, dude. We will work on deciphering that in a few minutes. You know, we got I think maybe 3 requests now. We'll look at it. Okay. Thank you, dude. Have in chat for Voldemort then. Okay. You know what? If like we've got a Harry Potter coin, I'm now a Voldemort fan. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just the level that goes back to November, and that is being rejected twice. The 200-day simple moving average being rejected twice. It's just not good. It's just not. The downside is so high. There's so much downside potential. 16 cents maybe. Only a few look good, and all the rest are garbage. Sounds about right. I guess we can get to those now, right? I'll leave you all waiting. We could look at, just real quick, let's just, hey, gold's going again, right? It's open. I mean, it hits 1963 and can't break it, and that's about it. Right? It broke the wedge beautifully. A breakout, a back test, an engulfing, and then a huge rally, the CPI report, and then can't break in 1963, which is, it's another level created, manufactured back in 2020. That's it. Breaking that, I mean, there's just not much there until like way higher prices. But yeah, just no higher highs, and there could be a second test, right? You could always get a double bottom down here. All right, it's gold. Silver, that was looking pretty good with the back test, right? Yeah, that was solid stuff. That trade setup, I don't think it got stopped out before you got back above the key level, the whole reason for the trade setup, and look at that rally. So it was at the highest price since mid-May, early mid-May. Right, it's like the one low, then the slightly lower low at 200-day moving average, but with that seller exhaustion. Yeah, that's how you start getting an edge, where it's like maybe there's just a greater chance than 50% that we would get a particular outcome and the situation would be up. So that did play out, thankfully. Come on, man. Let's go get the US dollar. Dude, we need to look at the US dollar. There's terrible stuff on that one, man. Good Lord. Right? So that rectangle. Yeah, this is like what I'm talking about. Like on some of these altcoins, okay? The context. They were doing what the DXY is doing. Like, so like you hit a support in February, then a huge rally. And then you top out at 105, and then you dump again, and you're at the support, and you're like, okay. It's not, I mean, you rally again, and then you put in the lower high, and that lower high represents less market participants involved, distribution. So when it gets back down to the support, starts dumping, the context is terrible. That's what I mean by context. Garbage context, making lower highs, and then getting back to the same support. Then you just pretty much capitulated through it, all the levels. I mean, 100, that's that key psychological level. And historically, it's been a major inflection point from 2015 a couple times. And I'm sure if you go further back, but that means right below that level, you could be looking at $97, which is, oh my God, that's like $3. But DXY, that means something. And if you look at this uptrend that's been going on since 2009, you can clearly see where if this is an uptrend, oversold in the uptrend would be around 96.35. Okay, perfect. So I think there's some more downside on the DXY. If you're talking about a trend that is, I mean, the size of a galaxy, and it's just beautiful how the top was put in at that level in October 2022. Maybe we see it the bottom. All right. So what was this? The request, maybe? Oh, gotta look at Amazon because Amazon's target got hit. Okay, finally. My God. Look at this weekly candle close on Amazon, chat. Like a bullish engulfing candle confirmed and a close above the 200-week simple moving average. Very nice. That 50% retrace, though, that was it. It hits the profit taking level, and it was kind of rejected, right? What a close, what a pullback. But it all started with not knowing if the asset was gonna do this huge wave up. Just identified a Japanese candlestick, Steve Nissen reversal pattern, at a key inflection point from history, and then just a little bit of follow through off of it. And then setting up a stop marginally below that candle's open. And then letting it ride. That's all it takes, man. It's amazing. All right, so. Oh, that's weird. One up coin. Dang, dude, let me see if I can work on that order, man. Weird. Might be because I'm in another location, you know. Let me see here. Check my notes. Bro, NYC is like stupid. Like in terms of like expensive. My God, man, it's just the. I don't even know why I'm here, man. Like Miami's not even close to this bad. Not even close. Like 55 to 60% cheaper in Miami than New York, just based on like everything so far. Let's see. Log in with YouTube. I don't remember how to do this. Yeah, NYC is nuts, dude. Like crazy. Whoa. What does that mean? Must log in with brand channel account. Every major city crazy? No, it's not true, dude. Not really. I mean, like, comparatively, not really. This one in the world of its own. Chicago's pretty bad, too. Where that happened last year. Bro, this is weird. Oh, the sun's beaming through. Wow, man. Yeah, that's the problem with summertime, dude. You can't do nighttime streams. It's got to be like 9 p.m. if I want to stream and it's night. Maybe I was logging with Twitch or something. Good God, dude. Don't even know my password, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's too many things. Like, you can't remember everything to make a stream perfect. You just can't. Too many things go wrong. Too many third-party things. Losing it over, dude. Of course, can't verify. Of course, man. Ugh. Wow. You kidding me? Sorry, chat. Man, this is just... How can I know that this thing's gonna go wrong? Bro, oh my God, all these factor identification. It takes like 30 hours to get this stuff going, man. It's so stupid. I swear we'll get back on track, man. I bet you this doesn't even work, right? And before Crypto Hoarder, and before. I'm gonna do a test now. We should be okay, but again, I have no faith in any of this crap ever working. There it is. The tip worked. The tip should be okay, man. And if not, there's nothing I can do about it, like at all. So, okay. So first request was. Geo. The Geo Group. Oh my God, dude, so bad. I don't like it, man. If you're talking about Geo, you didn't say anything but Geo. You didn't say US dollar for crypto scam. You're talking about the prison stock. You said do the weekly. Look at the weekly. And it's like, you're below 734, which is the key inflection point from 2009, 2005. So it's a long way down below that level. Below the 200-week moving average. I mean, I guess as long as a higher low gets put in than the March 2022 low, you'll probably be okay. But the issue here is, like, if you're below the level, get back above 734 next week, the coming weeks, fine, you can go to $10, $11 easily. But if you don't, you should understand that an 886 would probably be in store for this asset, which would take you down to probably like $6. I mean, what was the the prison stock that, I think Burry sold these prison stocks, of course. That's, they dumped, so Yeah, you put in two lows that are equal, but we need to put in a higher low. You put in the higher high, right, in the previous highs. Now it's time to put in the higher low. The issue is you got to get back above the 2009 and 2005 level. There's probably better assets that I know there are better assets out there for longs that are strategic, make plenty of sense. Oh my God, you look at this and you're like, talking about prison stock, just go to GPS, man. Like, you really want to talk about like bull crap? All right, let's just go to, I mean, why not? What's wrong with GPS, man? The ornament of the gods, the Rodriguez. What's up, dude? Let's do it, man. Come on. Let's go get some escargot.
Hoarder tipped $105.74. Miami Mitch in the Big Apple. I am going to try and swing through this week. We'll hit you up. Kangs 0.05500000 ETH.
You know what we should do? We should, hurry up and get me a time, and we can go somewhere where they filmed The Sopranos, okay? I'm actually going to a couple places where that happened, where they filmed The Sopranos. I'm going to, the Mulberry Street bar or whatever, and that's like where the New York mob hung out in The Sopranos. That was like their thing where they had sit downs and all that. Also going to this place where Polly Walnuts and Johnny Sack met up, and Polly was eating chocolate mousse, so gonna try to get as much in as I can of that. So thanks, dude, appreciate it. So you just tell me, like, right, okay, we could look at Geo, Doobie, right? Or we just look at GPS. Like, both jokes, companies, whatever, prison stocks, like retail clothing store. All right, we're throwing it out. We understand. Jokes, kind of, whatever. But technicals, right? There is no doubt that a key inflection point from 1991, 1996, 2002, 2008, 2020, 2022, and now 2023, there's no doubt that buyers are defending this level, this zone. And it's like you can see one low, one time, and the second time, all happening at its own completed M shape. 3 years, 3-year large, over 3 years of this development. I mean, this is here. The stage is set for $20 if this plays out. We don't know it's going to play out, but mother of God, this is perfect. This is specimen potential reversal structure. Everything's there. Everything. So when stuff exists out there like this, why even care about something that's, oh, it might be okay if something happens, and oh well, there's no like double bot, like the things that we know that can usher in reversals, if they're not there on the chart, it's just, oh, whatever, man. Just Geo. Great. Then, like, same thing with, like, Under Armour, man. Like, yeah, we know. They make clothes. Who cares?
PYPL. Thanks.
George, thank you, dude, for the 25. Dang, all right. Yeah, look at PayPal. Right, I mean, just like the same thing. It's like a mega 886, a mega like double bottom on the second weekly double bottom. There's like another double bottom, and then on the daily there's a double bottom within double bottom. It's like stupid. It's like ridiculous. How like this is kind of trying to set up for higher prices. And if it fails, you take on minimal losses, right? But you had like the best chances for upside on stuff like this. Above 715, you are in good shape for low risk, high reward. Okay. Look on the 8s. Oh my god, dude. This is already. We got 1 minute now until your weekly close. I don't have any of my soundboard with me, unfortunately, because I'm traveling, but, it's alright. You just don't know how long this would take out, how long it would take to play out, either. It's going to take a while. That's what happens when you look at the daily and the weekly. So, alright, that was your Geo, and just went on a little rant about, like, again, you're just looking for the things that are predictable, that you've studied and you can recognize them. Geo just not really showing recognizable stuff that makes it such a good setup. Okay, here's this thing called NetEase on KuCoin for Golgi. Oh yeah. Well, again, you cannot argue that it is at a key level from history. Going back to 2022. Bottom of a range. Yes. Kind of M-shape completing. It's there. So it's like, yeah, sure. Someone could take action if they wanted. Down here at the basement. Of course. But I just, again, context. Like, here's like the first time this level was tested, a huge rally all the way to $50 happened. Then it dumped back to the same support. Then buyers came in and pushed the price, but they could only push the price to $44 this time. And then it dumped, and then look, the zone became confirmed as resistance again, and now you're right back at support. So there's just distribution going on, and now you're at support, and it's like, I'm not here to act like I know if this support will hold. It's just kind of blah. Less market participants involved than before, over and over and over. So 1630 would probably be your cutoff. It's like an 886. It's already gone to 100% retrace from the previous lows. So, like, I think that was it. I think like December, or like the end of December, early January was the time for the action on the swing trades on a handful of S coins, and now they're all back, right back where we started 7 months ago. After putting in lower highs than the previous highs from August of 2022. That's why I'm just like not really that excited about them. But yeah, I mean, what was the question you had? Bottom of range, falling wedge. Do you have a falling wedge here? I don't know if I could. Maybe a wedge? I don't know. Yeah, okay, alright. Yeah, that's a pretty nice, dude, that is a pretty wedge. Yeah, you're right. But again, I'm not telling you you're not at a key support. You're just, what are you doing? Like, is it not time to get, why are you faking out and rolling over? Isn't this it? And this is where the bid's supposed to come in. The bids aren't coming in yet. I'm just kind of like, what's going on? Yeah, wedging though, at support. Nice. Very nice, dude. I mean, again, like, I'm not saying I'm taking action on this, or anyone should be taking action on this. But again, he tipped, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do what I can. If you're at the support, there you go. That's about it. I mean, isn't that what one would do? If you're at a support, you don't really want to be in the asset below the support. But if one's entering now, aren't they gonna take profit at the top of the range because you're at the bottom? Yeah, buy low, sell high. It's the only way to size it up. Again, if the coin flip on Bitcoin goes down, then there's no way the support holds. Okay. That's all I got for you on NetEase. Isn't NetEase a butterfly? If it's a butterfly, you're screwed, right? Is it 78% on B? Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So butterfly means 842 target. But aren't like a decent amount of these coins, they have these really bearish wave structures? 786 on B, lower high on C, and that would eventually turn into a 1272 minimum on D. Sure. I mean, it's NetEase coin, dude. It doesn't do anything. It's virtually a scam. It was created to enrich the person who made it. That's it. 99.9% of cryptos that exist are the same thing. They're scams that were created to enrich the people that made it. That's it. They would use you as liquidity to push the price up so they could sell all their coins to you at those high prices, and they offload them, and they made a crap load of money, and you're left holding the bags. That's almost every crypto is that. So yeah, sure, butterfly. Okay, yeah. See what I'm saying though? It's like, okay, bearish wave structure, but at support. But the context being at support this time is just not good, because it's like it was there in January, and that was the level, and the spring back test happened too. Just not looking great. you know. So I mean, I wouldn't take action on it, but you certainly can, right? One could, and it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not like you're buying after a failure of, you're right, you fall below the range and you back test it as resistance a couple times. That's like the worst area to ever enter. Stupid. Here, it's not stupid. It's just probably could find a better asset out there at support with like a confirmation low and all that. But yeah, you're not wrong, dude. Okay, I'm not saying Metis is terrible. You identified an asset at support, and that's great, man. Keep doing that. Keep doing that over and over and over. This isn't actually... Oh, okay. He said Bose in the house. This is actually Sony headphones. Okay, Harry Potter coin. Okay. Voldemort. Is it Uniswap? Can't remember anymore. Yeah, shoot, dude. Harry Potter coin. Yeah, ruling the world. Harry Potter coin can't be... Look at this since I've, you know, been on an airplane to now. Harry Potter coin's gone up to obscene levels. Someone call Dumbledore Calrissian. Let him know the 2618 from the previous high to low has been achieved. 3292. That's insane, man. What do you want me to do? Like, every time you ask about this coin, as long as it can hold above the candle high close from May 16th, it's fine. That's it. Because, you know, the trend was set with this pump to make a higher high, and then these two lows, the higher low. Hits the 886, you keep requesting it. That was, and then it dumps, but then buyers defend the level again. And then from that one last level, the pin bar, the bullish pin bar on the daily moon. Wow. Crazy. There's nothing to talk about besides that, okay? All right, we have a new weekly close. We have new weekly candle on Bitcoin, all right? Here it is. Jesus chimes. Complete nothing burger on the weekly. $28,800 on the weekly has not yet been formally back tested as support. So if that happens, people are going to panic and be scared and freak out and say zero soon. But dude, if it happens, it's just like a back test. $28,800. Great news. I mean, on the RSI, Bitcoin is still above the bullish control zone, right? You're still at a nice, cool 61.5. So RSI on the weekly is great still. But that's the candle. This is what you're dealing with the summertime. Same price it was at in April 2023. Same price as May of 2022. Same price it was at June of 2021. January 2021. 2.5 years, man. Bitcoin, same price. So this is the longest like downtrend, long-term downtrend for Bitcoin in its history, and it's not even close. There was that 2014 to 2015 period that lasted, but this is like, I think since the top, maybe the first top, it was like, it's like 490 days now. So if you're like still here, bro, yeah, you, like, I've seen it, like, you do deserve, like, to, I mean, like, make money from Bitcoin from holding it eventually, because this is just almost 500 days, man. But yeah, win bids, I don't know. At least we know anything above 31K is probably going to be 40K. 38K, whatever the peaks are up there. There's just nothing there. It's just, you can't break this level. So when you're at a resistance, you're up sloping like this, I think it's just a coin flip. Whether it holds or not, I don't know. There's no... I mean, someone could try to say, you know, like, you keep making these slightly higher highs on the daily, and then in the same consolidation structure, you keep making lower levels on the RSI. Yeah, that could be considered bearish divergence. 3-day. Well, you had bearish divergence. Yeah, not really great on the 3-day. Just stagnating on the MACD histogram. And on the RSI, a slightly higher high and lower levels on the RSI. So, yeah. The weekly, I think it's a little early. I don't think you could consider this bearish divergence yet. Because what happens if it starts pumping and the positive momentum continues to build? I think it's too early on the weekly. But maybe the daily and 3-day, yeah, don't look like too hot. All right, let's go to PayPal. PayPal Holdings. Well, again, it's going for the gap fill, probably at $75. This is an interesting chart in ways, right? Where anything above 68.59 could be strategized, right? Because that is such a powerful level from history that goes back to 2017. And it goes up to $72 plus to $72.24. It's a zone. Duh, zone. Y'all plotted out with the gray zone. Right, so you're close. It's very close, but you haven't made a higher high yet. You just made your lowest low. You're not technically above the entire zone. You're just at it. You closed at it. You're below the 200-week moving average. 200-week moving average down sloping. There's no trend reversal, right? I mean, you are in a downtrend, and so that means the trend is just not your friend here. You got a supply line that you haven't broken yet. I think it might be good to either break this 72.24 level for real or back test 68.59, hold it, and then see some sort of reaction like we saw in July 2022, December 2022. If you're asking about PayPal, why did you just not go long on Square when it was doing something far superior to PayPal? Like, this was specimen, dream state setup, right? Range, and then the M shape completes. Look left. I mean, it's such an undeniable level from history, a zone. Broke the supply line, man, back tested the top of the zone. It's just running, and it hit, on Thursday, hit its highest price since March 20th. I mean, crazy good. What a run so far. Yeah, and Coin. Yeah, Coin, man. Good God, dude. Amazing. It was. I know it pulled back some and stuff, but you get it, right? How much of a no-brainer it was to know it's easy to enter and set a stop loss and take profits, right? So I just anyone who asks me about PayPal, it's like, why not Square? They're like rivals, they're competitors, and Square was technically superior in every single way. Was not making lower lows, was not falling below its key inflection point for long. Completed the recognizable pattern we know too well, the bullish bat pattern right here. Jumped across the creek. All the good things, man. PayPal didn't do that. Oh, that was the last formal request, by the way. So what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's incredible, dude. What is going on? Oh, cool. I think it pulled back. I think literally on Friday, people were panicking about it going to 101.95. People panicked. People were tweeting about it, typing about it in the general chat. What is wrong with y'all? What did it do? Nothing. It's a specimen. It was beautiful. It was ungodly. Weekly, 3-day, daily, doesn't matter. It was good no matter what, and blew up. Made its highest daily candle close on Thursday since May 5th of 2022, so 52-week highs. And then the target, you're kind of at a local high from August of last year, around 116, but 150 above that. There's nothing here. It's like a swing low from March 2022. So it was like the composite operator was he acquired his position as Kathy Wood sold, right? She sold before this pump, I believe. But that's kind of tradition, right? She always does the opposite of what happens. She's like a market participant Kramer. Hedge fund. Weekly was just so well established, and this is TA being respected to the third degree. ARK sold 50 million shares of coin. That's what I'm saying, dude. She did that before this pump. I remember like reading about it. Yeah, I think even my friend sent me a tweet about it. Like, it was like 2 days maybe before the pump. And it's like, all right. Anyway, this is what she does. So, it was pretty like chill day on Friday. That's why I had stuff going on with somebody. I was hanging out with them, so. No, she's like the true Jim Cramer of the market, actually. So. All right, man. So I've been live like what, an hour? I'm gonna try to keep it going for the sun to go down, but again, dude, it would be like 9:30 before it's nighttime. I just hate that about summertime. Can't ever enjoy nighttime skylines to stream, ever. Yeah, one day Bitcoin will make a move, but what are you gonna do until then? Just long stuff like coin, things that look like coin, right? Or Amazon before it pumped, and or all these other ones, man. They were good setups. They were, and it's just like they've been re-emerging, right? New ones that weren't, they look good now. Like it was like January, and then in March, and then recently. Waves of TA respect, I would think you'd call it. I mean, like Marvel like could have made your year if you disrespected the TA. It was a trade setup. What about Baba, man? I know it's down 2% on Friday, but bro, look at this thing. Since April 10th, and this is it. This is it, chat. We've been screaming about this one, top of our lungs. Baba, probably the best looking technical setup in the world. On stocks, anyway, okay? Just stupid. Stupidly good. Shouldn't even be, these shouldn't be there. I don't even know, hourly? What? Yeah, I was doing that one because it was like it's playing into the Terra Luna fractal, the natural gas fractal, the XLY fractal on these less significant time scales. Just if you're patient, I think we could very well see 158. This is the stuff though that you're looking to long. The Bitcoin doesn't look like this. You get it? Ethereum doesn't look like this. So it's like, all right, flip your coin. They're in uptrends, but they could break down for a few weeks. Make higher lows, and then a few weeks later they make it back up to 31K in 2000, and then it's like 6 weeks later, oh, we're testing again, then we break out. But for right now in this structural development, it's like coin flip. But this one though, far superior to a coin flip. It's so easily strategized for a long stop loss and take profits, man. How do you like, I mean, someone longing Bitcoin fresh Bitcoin long, but you're at resistance, you know, you're just inherently doing it wrong. You're buying high, you're buying at resistance, you buy at support, you're buying after the sellers have failed to keep the price below a key support that was breached, right? Like this. Airbnb? Huh? I haven't looked this up in a minute. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, dude, tell me about it. Yeah, you're right. Actually, I was looking at this one more often. Yeah, so it's level from 2020. It was defended mid-June, and then it was back tested. And yeah, look at it now. It's running. There's just not much resistance on this chart. Wow, till looks like 175. Straight up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. That's it. So why not 175 target? That is the target. But yeah, like it's like not 9% and shoulders, maybe triple bottom, 2 lows, then the third low. Yeah, but anything 125, anything above that is easily strategized for a long, right? 125, and it really 125 to 130 because the low from May 2021. Yeah, beautiful. Wide open spaces now on Airbnb. Yeah. Come on, list them off, man. List them off, dude. We'll go. What I should get for dinner tonight? Should I get some pizza, some gabagool? Yeah, I don't know, man. It was a huge move, man. Really, it's amazing. Oh yeah, we talk about AT&T, bro. AT&T saw like his low, dude. So garbage, man. You notice like the difference between like AT&T and what we just looked at, right? They're just different. They're awful. Look at this violation of the 886 now. Look at the react. This is the reaction you got. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, it reminds me of BNB, like Binance Coin. This type of price action out of support. The context, right? Brutal, like downtrend. But then like makes a lower high than previous high, and then sees the same support you saw in October 2022. That is what I'm talking about, dude. That's why I just I don't feel as confident about these altcoins. They're retesting their lows from 6-7 months ago after putting in lower highs than their previous highs. Just don't like. So look at this. The lowest weekly candle close on AT&T since February of 1994. What an effing loser. This is worse than Nescoin, dude. Because this one has all the data in the world, right? Goes back to yesteryear. But I get it. Look at this. I mean, 1984, it was at $3.44. So you think the next target might be $12? Brutal trend, man. Yeah, trend is your friend here. Okay. It could still pivot and rally and get back above that level. It's a fake out. Yeah, you could look for that, but no thanks, man. BA Boeing. It was like a bull flag that broke out, right? It was like amazing. The defense stocks were okay. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, yeah. So I mean, Boeing with not really a formal shark. It was too shallow right here. It needs to be a 1.618, so it's just an informal M shape that completed, and you got even a confirmation low. And yeah, it's not too bad. I guess it was a fake out on the daily. I know I had it plotted, right? Yeah, not looking that great, right? If you have it like this, like down sloping like that. Yeah, I don't really like it. This new data presenting itself, man. It's okay, but like that right there is like a double top confirmation high, and it's lower than previous high from June. Not looking great actually now. Bearish divergence could, if you get any follow through and selling next week, it's gonna be real bad bearish divergence there. Gotta wonder, is it really a flag? I would say Bulkowski, a lot of times says flags can turn into other things. It might just be, look, that right there makes probably a lot more sense, doesn't it? As you can see, the sideways consolidation, an up thrust, and now a back test of up thrust at the top of this range here. So you could be headed all the way back down to 192.82 on BA, the Vincent. $19.84. What is this, Eric? I don't understand. Yeah, I just like it was a nice bottom, but up here, starting to get shades of Bitcoin where it just it could break up or down, but sideways since January. So it's like way worse than Bitcoin because this is 7 months of nothing burger. Hate it, man. Gross. Could be Wyckoff. ETC. G. Yeah, the grayscale. I think I may have been here once in my life. Maybe twice. Jeez, dude. Well, I mean, the level was $5, right? The low risk entry level was $5. If you were gonna be a rounder, if you were gonna make the play, $5. Well, you're at $7.50 now, so you're just too far off from the lowest risk entry area. Now it's tough. How do you strategize? It's very difficult. I don't know how you. Maybe you could try to talk about $7, but if it breaks 7, it goes to 5 again. Yeah, that was the level. Mother of God. 2018 and 2020 and 2022 and then 2 times in 2023. That was it. So if you look left back from 2019, 954 seems like the target. If you ever broke that, man, there's a lot of just different peaks and valleys, right? Can't rule them out. 954, 1178, 1402. Jeez, chop zone, super chop zone. Get above that, you get above $14, then things start getting nuts. But yeah, you're gonna have to deal with each one. But yeah, I mean, basement-ish. But the closer you are to 5, the closer you are to a level where you can strategize an entry and a stop loss. It makes tons of sense, right? That's it. All right, man. Well, I mean, can't even get, people to just randomly blurt out stocks that I was just going to look at. So I guess I'll just leave y'all to it. Y'all can enjoy your Sunday without me. I mean, I was here. We did our thing. And it's like, okay, I could continue. It's just like, not when no one say anything. Just, yeah, all right. No demand, no supply. Here you go. Can't even give my TA away for free. All right. Neutral, sideways. Your trend's your friend, but broken sideways Bitcoin for a month now, just about. That's what I got. All right, man. So, thanks for coming out. I'm gonna end this one. Thanks for watching. Okay. So the sun's going down, but it never goes down, right? It takes 10, 15 hours for the sun to go down when it gets to like 4 o'clock. So eventually you'll see a skyline, but no, I guess you won't. It's beautiful out here, though. Gotta get myself a thanks for watching screen. Seems like I don't know what right here. Alright, so thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.